Well, welcome to the second week of Cricket Museum's 173. So plenty has been happening this week. So let's get straight into it. First of all, I'd like to talk about the article that I read earlier last week about Andrew Flintoff and how he turned down a WWE contract. I'd never heard of this, and one of the interesting parts was that he was going to be called Big Fred in the ring. It's interesting the kind of opportunities that professional sports people get after they finish their professional sporting lives. This is one of the more thought-provoking ones. I used to watch WWE, or think it might have even been called WWF back then, and at that stage, and I certainly would have watched Andrew Flintoff in the ring. I'm sure you've done a good job. I've put the link for the article in the description below, so you might want to have a read of it. There's also a podcast that he did, where I think they got the idea for this article from. Now, next we'll talk about the Global Super League that's been going on this week in Georgetown, Guyana. Seems like quite a good little tournament. Unfortunately, at the time of making of this video, my team, Central Districts, the Central Stags, have lost both games quite convincingly. I wonder how many of the CD team have come straight from a New Zealand winter. Although, in saying that, a lot of players do go to England for the Northern Summer, so there might have been half-half. I'm not actually sure. Now, at the time of making this video, again, it's only a few hours until the fifth day of the third Test match between England and India starts at Lord's. Unfortunately, we're in New Zealand, can't watch live coverage of the series. I still don't understand why, but it look like it's quite an even series with lots of action, especially the other day with the last over of day 3, I think it was. Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett going sort of head to head with the Indian team. I actually didn't see the coverage of it, but I listened to the on the radio, and it sounded it was quite an interesting little session of play. Anyway, I think India will do it in the canter. They still have KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja to go. And that should be enough for the 135 runs that they need to get a 2-1 lead in the series. So India did do it in a canter, do it easily, even before lunch. So what's 135, about 25 overs. Yeah, with Rishabh Pant coming in, I can see it being over before lunch. But I've been known to be wrong once or twice. So we will see in a few hours' time. Anyway, 2-1 going into the fourth Test match. I'll be looking to see how England play if they lose the game. Do they go back to their old baseball ways or continue do the more traditional way that they played this Test match? Now, where is the fourth Test? Let me look. Manchester. Hopefully they take the good weather from Lord's to the northwest, I think, is Manchester for that Test match. So the rain doesn't play much of a role in that game. By the way, for New Zealand viewers, the Tri Series will be shown on the 3Now app. I've just found this out the other day. It was one of the channels I didn't even think about. And so the Tri Series between South Africa, which I think starts tonight, South Africa, New Zealand and Zimbabwe. And I think New Zealand's first game is on Wednesday evening. But for New Zealanders, don't start until 11. But anyway, on the 3Now app. Finally, I'd like to say something about DRS. DRS, in my view, is showing more and more that the umpires generally get it right. I don't know what the stats are for the correct decisions or overturned decisions or what have you, but they seem to get it right, and I think that's great. In the second test, I can't remember the details exactly, Ben Duckett was given not out. But everyone, I think, including the commentators, thought it was out. The Indians reviewed it, naturally, and the umpire was shown to be correct. It looked a difficult decision, but the umpire was very confident that it was not out, and he was correct all along. So I think it does show that they do make good decisions. They're not making bad decisions all the time, which some people would think they do. I do like the umpire's call aspect of DRS. It leaves some responsibility on the human aspect, as opposed to just straight believing the technology. So I hope DRS stays. I think it will, and it's an important part of Test match cricket now. Okay, well, we'll see you next week.